Justin.
And I'm Bodie.
What's up, Grizzlies? I got something to say, all right? Now, I know it's a little early, but I gotta tell you, the Oregon Renaissance Fair is starting on Saturday, June 7th. This event will be going on every weekend of June on Saturdays and Sundays with a varied theme each weekend. First weekend is Woodland Revelry, the second is Feast of Fools, third is Saga of the Seven Seas, and lastly, Across the Multiverse. I recommend buying now because tickets sell out fast. And hey, it's only down by Canby, Oregon. Finally, we got some news on 3rd Street. A little birdie told me that 3rd Street is getting redone and the project itself should be about $30 million. This project will renovate the entire 9 blocks. There's no estimated time yet on which they will start or finish, but I just know that it'll be great. Anyways, that's all we got for today, Grizzlies. Sending it off to Bodie.
Happy Senior Decision Day! Whatever that means. I'm a junior. They don't tell me these things. T-minus 10 days of school, everyone. And seniors, you just have 7. Make the most of it by going to the Spring Ballet at 8:30 this Friday and buy your tickets now at the bookkeeper's office. Now, seniors, you have Senior Sunrise this Thursday at 7:30 at Bakerfield, and snacks will be included. Additionally, senior finals start this Friday and continue through next Wednesday. And of course, we have graduation next Friday, the 6th. Everyone else's finals go from June 6th through the 11th, which is our last day of school. Now, there's more news here than I could cover in this segment, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for everything else going on this school year. Now, sending it to Will with our penultimate week's weather.
Thanks, Bodie. So on Wednesday, as you can see, we have highs of 76 and lows of 52. Thursday, highs of 72, lows of 48. Friday, highs of 80 and lows of 52. And like Bodie said, non-seniors have about 10 days left of school. So with this lovely weather, I suggest you get out and go do stuff with your friends, especially with school activities. And on Saturday, we have highs of 84, lows of 52. Sunday, highs of 76, lows of 48. Monday, highs of 73, lows of 49. And finally on Tuesday, highs of 78 and lows of 51. But that's all I have for you. Back to the desk.
Wowee zowie, that is by far the perfect weather forecast for the last week.
Yeah, thanks, Will, for that coverage.
Thank you.
That graphic was beautiful.
Hey, Grizzlies, got one more thing. We got an interview heading for you from Mia. She interviewed a great guy. Let's go see that now.
Hi, I'm Mia, and today I have here with me
Bubba King.
So can you give us a little bit, your job title and a little bit of a description of what you do?
Yeah, so I am a Yamhill County Commissioner, and what that means is, in really easy, simple terms, is we're kind of like a mayor. There's 3 of us, but over the entire county. We oversee all of the services that the county offers, from roads to the county parks, health and human services, the sheriff's department, budget, all sorts of things that the county offers as we oversee those.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
When did you know you were interested in politics?
I've followed politics since I was pretty young, right around your age, right after I graduated high school. It was just always kind of fascinating to me. But I got involved in politics. I live in Newburgh, and when several years back, our school board got in some heated conversations and some controversial things, I got involved, and so that's how I got to where I'm at now, is getting involved.
What issues are you passionate about in McMinnville specifically?
Yeah, that's a good question. Not being from McMinnville, it's hard to kind of break in to the community. So I love recreation, and I think that is something that really is a missing piece that is happening in the county as a whole. But then also I look in Newburgh experienced the same thing, but a little bit what you guys are experiencing here in McMinnville, in mental health.
Yeah.
Is really important to me, and I've put a lot of effort into educating myself the best that I can in how my role supports mental health.
Yeah, definitely. How do you think public opinion affects your decision making?
Quite a bit, actually. We are elected by the people, And so I want to hear opinions across the board, whether I agree with you or not on my ideology or my political opinions. My position is what's called nonpartisan. So we're not meant to have a Republican or a Democrat opinion. It's really, we're representing all the people. So I want to hear your opinion, whether I agree with it or not, and then I can form my decision based around what people are telling me and their experiences.
Yeah. What do you think your favorite part of your job is?
Doing this. I mean, I love talking to people. I love hearing and learning. I learn new things every single day, and it is something that is challenging. It challenges the way that I think, and I love that piece, and I love being in the community.
Yeah. Do you have any future plans, maybe in politics or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would love to be a commissioner for at least a few terms. I always like to leave the door open, so I wouldn't say no, not right now, but so we'll see. Opportunity knocks, and I would have a conversation. But for now, I love where I live and the people that live here and those decisions that I get to make about with my neighbors.
Yeah. What kind of student were you in high school?
I was an awful student. I actually thought that I was dumb. I had an IEP. Back then we didn't have 504s, which is, I think, is kind of more where I would fit in now. But I learned when I was about 40, I'm 42 now, that I have ADHD and dyslexic. And so I didn't know that as a student. And so I just always thought that I was not smart enough to do this job for sure, or even come close to getting a job like this. And so that has been something that I've had to learn and really, to deal with. So I love that the way that I think now, and school was very hard for me, but I think that students get to adjust how they think. So,
Do you have any advice for young adults graduating this year?
yeah, I would say, kind of in that light of be who you are and go with what you're passionate about. And I think that that's important, is to those pressures that you put on yourself, I think can be overbearing sometimes. and really think about what's important to you, and talk to your friends and talk to your family about those decisions and where you want. If you want to go to school, that's great. If you want to go into trades, that's great. If you want to take a gap year, does it work with you and your family? I think that all of those things are really important, and hopefully, you're young, you got lots of chances to make mistakes.
And for our last and final question, do you have pet raccoons?
So I did. Little Yeti was my pet raccoon, and the intent for Yeti was that he would come to our farm and go out into the wild. Well, little Yeti turned out to be a she and had a couple of babies, and so we had 3 of them running around the farm, and then eventually, about 6 months into the babies being born, they kind of did go out into the wild. Yeah. So it was really fun to have Yeti be a part of my campaign, and stickers and billboards and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Social media. I miss holding her and kind of playing and stuff. It was really fun. Their little hands are insane. But
yeah. Well, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And thank you all for watching.
Yeah. Happy summer.
Wow. Thanks, Mia. All right, back to these guys.
Anyways, that's all we got for today, Grizzlies.
That's our show.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
Have a good morning.